Okay, this is another follow-up video to the one I just posted about the 1100, we'll call it the 1,000-hour checker, but mine was at 1,110 hours on this engine, on this Yamaha. Let me first show you the thermostats. This is typical of my thermostats. They're both show very little use of corrosion. These thermostats are, as far as I know, the third set this engine's ever had. These have at least 300 hours on them. Also, let me preempt this with saying most of my boating is done in the, we'll come back to that. Here's the spark plugs. They definitely need changing. These are very likely the original spark plugs. Very likely the original plugs. Here we go. Where are you? And you can start seeing there where it's the brine down around the insulator is getting, knowing it's needed changing. That's about the same as all that. They're all about almost identically the same. Let me pick another one up here. But here's the interesting one to me, really. There's 8 of these internal anodes, zinc. We call them zinc generically. They're usually aluminum alloys now and such, but it used to be always with zinc. These are the original internal anode zincs in this engine. These are the originals. And what's interesting is you can't tell them from a brand new one. Here's side by side with a brand new. Other than now, that brine you're seeing is likely. We were mostly boating in the Pungo River, and North Carolina estuaries have tannic acid. And that's mostly stain and tannic acid you're probably seeing on those zincs. But there's zero of corrosion on them. And actually we changed 4 of them and decided not to change the other ones because it just wasn't worth taking the other side of the engine apart. So again, these have these zincs or anodes have over 1,100 hours on them. They're probably the originals. And I might as well show you, this was the impeller that was taken off. This impeller has 200 hours on it. And it's still very flexible, very usable, very doable. Okay. I mean, there'd been a lot more life left in this impeller. Not much wear on it, really. I had another 100 hours without any problem whatsoever, not a single crack or mar or anything. And also, like I said, this boating is done. The Atlantic Ocean, the salinity is usually around 33 to 37 parts per thousand. I do my boating in the Atlantic Ocean off the North Carolina coast. Most of my boating is in the Pamlico Sound, and that averages about 20 parts per thousand. So here we're dealing with the ocean about 33 to 37 parts per thousand. The Pamlico Sound is 20 parts per thousand. And then the majority of my other boating is done in the the Pungo River, Pamlico River, Back Creeks, and that averages 5 to 7 parts per thousand. So that's a big difference. I'm not in saltwater or heavy saltwater. The Pamlico Sound is 20 parts, but that's a third less salt than you have in the Atlantic Ocean. So what I'm showing you here is not going to be average for everybody, for everybody's boating. It could just depend on if you're in the ocean all the time. My guess is you're going to have different results than I've got here. Okay, goodbye.